Hey Fit Pro, so if you're wanting to get more leads and more clients specifically off social media, then this is for you because we just did an audit of a bunch of online health and fitness professionals' Instagram profiles, and we got everyone's Instagram profiles off the private group that we've got over 5,000 coaches inside. And to be honest, it is overwhelming the amount of time and effort so many trainers are going to create content, to be able to build their social media followings and to be able to get content out into the world to try and get leads, to try and get clients, to try and grow their businesses. And so many are struggling. So many just simply aren't getting the leads and aren't getting the clients. And I'm a bit sorry, I'm looking a little bit shabby right now. I've literally just come from the sauna and ice bath this morning, and I saw 4 influencers, fitness coaches, working the camera, trying to get their gym selfies in, recording their workouts. And look, I love the effort that goes into it, but the problem that I see and the problem I want to solve for you right now is simply going to be the fact of you having a system so that you know the effort that you put into your social media is then actually getting you clients, getting you money, building the business that you want. So if you want to be able to do that, and specifically we're going to go over 3 types of posts to make sure that you know that when you put your social media content out there, it's going to get leads, it's going to get clients. Is that cool? Cool. Now, before we do that, I want you to understand the whole reason why we need to put good content out, the right content out in social media. And there's 4 things that our posts need to do. So every single post, we need to make sure the system that we're putting together for you right now, because I literally want you walking away. I'm actually going to give you, at the end of this little training, I'm going to give you the exact copy, paste, swipe message for you to use. I want you to literally take it. I want you to go into your Instagram, go into your Facebook, go into any social media profile. I want you to use what I'm going to give you in this training, because then it's going to get you leads. So I really want you to stick with me because this stuff works. And how do I know that it works? This is exactly what we're doing with the Coaches Cartel members. I literally have given this to a coach yesterday that has already signed up 2 clients, and the conversation was yesterday afternoon, which is just a bit over 12 hours ago. 2 more clients already signed on from using what I want to give you right now. So the 4 things that need to happen when you put social media content out. This might be a little bit blazingly obvious, but to be perfectly honest, there's a lot of coaches that don't have these 4 things happening. So the first one is we need to get people to actually trust you, right? The point of putting content out there is so they are actually going to trust that you can get them a result. No one's going to want to consume your content, and especially no one is going to actually buy your stuff, join your programs, give you money if they don't think that you are going to get them the result that they are looking for. So number 1, our content has to get them to trust that you can actually get them the result. Number 2 is we need to actually build a connection. We need to actually build a relationship with that person, so there's some sort of know, like, and trust factor in there. So it's trusting that I can get you the result, but it's also trusting the person, as in you. Do I like you? It's just much more likely that if you actually like someone, you don't think that they're a douche, you don't think that they're just like, a person you don't want to be involved with, you're really not going to give that person money at the end of the day. So you need to build rapport, you need to build connection, you need to build a relationship with them with the form of content that you're putting out there as well. Next, this might be a blazingly obvious one, but I see a lot of fitness coaches do stuff that ruins this. You need to make sure that people are seeing your posts, they're seeing your social media content that you're putting out there as well. So there are things that we need to be doing because you need to work with the algorithms, whether it's the Facebook algorithm, Instagram algorithm, YouTube algorithm, whatever it is, you need to work with the algorithms. And so if you look at it from the point of the algorithm, all it's trying to do is to make sure that it's getting the best possible content in front of the person for what they want, okay? So if people are seeing your stuff initially, but they're clicking away, they're not engaging, they're not really consuming what it is you got, the algorithm will pick that up and they will show less of your stuff to that person. So if you get initially someone to see your stuff, but you're not keeping them for very long and they're not engaging with you, dude, you're not going to keep them for long. And this is why you'll see that your engagement goes down and down and down. And then eventually you're trying to put posts out, you're trying to do videos, you're doing all the things that everyone's saying that you need to be doing, but you're not getting the results. And that's one reason. And then the fourth one is You need to get the person to take the next step. So I call this falling into the friend zone, okay? So let's say you're putting your social media content out there and maybe they're liking it, maybe they're even commenting on it, but are they actually becoming a lead? Are they actually becoming a client of yours? And a lot of the time, that's a no. So I call that the friend zone. So we need to get out of the friend zone. So the whole point of the content that we're doing is, number one, they trust that you can get them a result. Amazing. Number two, they're actually going to see your stuff on a continual basis so that you can build what the next point was, which was making sure that they actually like, connect, and you build a relationship with them. And when you give a call to action, such as, hey, I'm opening up a program, I've got this new course, I've got a thing for you to get, whatever it is you want them to do, so that you take them from social media and effectively have them as a client, that they're actually going to do it, okay? So make sure that you have those 4 things in place. So every time that you think about your social media and what you're doing, make sure you're checking each of those 4 boxes. So let's actually get into the juicy stuff that I really wanted to share with you today. The 3 types of posts that you've got to be doing, which will actually get those 4 things that I've just showed you. The first one is a teaching post. Okay, so if you think about it right now, because this was where I fell into, was I quit the gym to become an online coach, to start my online fitness business back in 2014. And I've had plenty of mistakes. And one thing I just dreaded during this entire process was really when you have a blank screen. You're sitting there staring at your phone. What am I going to say today? What's the content that I got to put out? And you might have some ideas, but like that blank screen, not knowing what it is that you need to do, that sucks. And so this is why I want to show you the 3 posts. And that first type of post is a teaching post. So there's really a few things we need to think of. One, to do a successful teaching post, you've got to know what's their pain. What's the actual problem that they are having, that specific target market that you need to be able to talk to? And think of it as just one person. It's easy to actually think of one person that you're talking to rather than a big group of people. So think of that one perfect client that is the person that you want to be helping. What is their pain? What is their problem? Secondly, how do you actually solve their pain? How do you actually solve their problem? And then a big part of it is, once you've thought of those 2 things, and I hear this a lot, is I hear other coaches say, well, how much information do I actually give them? If I give them too much, then they're not going to become a client of mine. Honestly, I don't think that's a problem right now. You're only trying to do, let's say, an Instagram post or a Facebook post. I don't think you're going to be solving world hunger with just that one post that you're going to be doing. So I rather flip from it from a point of abundance. And that's going to be, give them your best stuff. Give them as possibly the best material that you have and put it into there to be able to help them. So you know exactly their pain. You know what it is they need to do to be able to solve the pain that they have. And then you're being able to actually condense it into the best possible content that you can give them as well. And then it's really thinking about, how can you talk to their level? Now, I see a lot of coaches really speak above the language and level that their market's at. So for example, a big part of the market when I was running the online fitness business was women wanting to lose weight. So a lot of coaches will rather use words like body composition, right? Now, a lot of people in the general pop market really aren't going to attach or especially use that type of language. They're going to use words such as trim and tone. Now, I know a lot of strength coaches that might throw up in their mouth thinking of trim and tone. They're terrible words to use. Okay, I understand where you're coming from, but the language of your market's really important. You need to show empathy through your content, and you do that by talking at that level and being able to solve their problems. So teaching posts, that's number 1. Secondly, it's a connection style post. You need to be able to connect with who you are. It's not just about absolutely everything, trying to be this perfect persona. You need to be able to show who you are so they can connect with you and what it is with your life. So this really works, especially with like stories and reels and videos, showing them the behind the scenes of who you are and you just opening up a little bit. Now, it definitely doesn't mean you air out all of the stuff going on in your life, but it's really important for you to make sure that they're connecting with you, and you're also, actually, this is something really important. Russell Brunson teaches this very, very well. He calls it being the charismatic leader. Okay, so what I really use from the charismatic leader is, are you the person that your market aspires to? Are you the person that they look to and say, oh my God, that person is someone I really vibe with, and there is some sort of aspiration that comes from this, so that they are actually going to build what I was talking about before, which was that know and that like factor. So don't think that every single type of post that you put out really just needs to be something that's absolutely perfect. Do you mean very scientific literature trying to solve their problem? No, open up, have a little fun. And I think that's another part of it as well. Have some fun. You're allowed to enjoy this process, but make sure that you are connecting with them, really importantly. Now, third type of post, this is really important. This goes to two of the factors, the four that I said before, and that is actually going to be an engagement post. So engagement post specifically is making sure that we're getting people to like and especially comment with it. Why? Because if they're doing that, it shows the algorithm that they like your stuff and they're engaging with your stuff, so that then it is much more likely that they'll see your future posts. So we need to be able to do the engagement style posts, because if you're not, what will happen is the algorithm will stop showing your content to the people that initially started to follow you. Okay, so the engagement post can also go in. And I did say I wanted to share a fourth one. I want to actually share something I call a hand raiser post. This is something you can get clients with literally as of today. And I'm not joking, because we have clients doing this right now, doing this. So what I'll do is here, I've got a little copy paste, and I'll actually pop this into the comment section. So you can literally copy paste this from the comments, and I want you to do it. But there's 3 things you have to change in this post. Okay, so it says, I'm looking for 5 target market who want desired result without pain. If that's you, comment below, case study. Now, the whole idea of this is you do a hand raising post. The person is going to comment below, and then what's going to happen is you're going to engage with them and give them the next step. Now, I don't know what your sales process is right now. It goes beyond the scope of this episode. So it's whatever the sales process is. If you don't have a sales process, God damn it, please watch my trainings on building the actual sales process so we can solve that problem as well. So the whole idea of this is we get tons of leads that are engaging with you, and then we can take them into the sales process, which could be sending them a DM, making sure you qualify them, getting onto a sales call, maybe putting them into like an automation, whatever it is that you've got to be able to set that up. But importantly, with the post, it says, I'm looking for 5 target market. So when it says target market, you've got to replace in that who your target market is. So you could say, I'm looking for 5 mothers that have just given birth within the last 6 months. So someone's maybe in a postpartum period, and it says who want desired results. So what's the exact result within a couple of words? What's the exact result? It could be who want to lose up to 10 pounds. That is a desired result. And the next is without pain. So this is where you got to show empathy with your market. Now, it could be that they want to, it could be someone that's recently given birth that wants to lose up to 10 pounds, but doesn't want to follow a restrictive, boring diet, right? So it could be say, without following a restrictive, boring diet. So you can say, I'm looking for 5 mums that have given birth in the last 6 months who want to lose up to 10 pounds without following a restrictive, boring diet. If that's you, comment below, case study. That's all the process is. So the step 1 is we get someone to raise their hands. That's why we call it a hand raiser. They raise their hands. You engage with them and take them into the sales process. It is literally that easy. I promise you, if you actually, I dare you, I double dare you to be able to do this. And if you do, you're going to see leads. Now, if you don't, and I have to talk to this so I can be brutally honest, if you don't get any bites on the hook of this, typically, it's because you haven't put enough value and equity into the marketplace. People haven't seen you as someone that can solve their problems. They're not seeing your content probably, and they haven't built the connection with you. And they're especially not doing the next step, which is why they're not commenting, engaging with you. So why I wanted to share those 4 factors of what your content does is if you're not getting bites on the hook when you start doing these engagement and hand raising posts, it's because you haven't put enough value and equity into the marketplace for them to see that you can actually do it. So therefore you go, great, now you just go back to it, do the teaching post, do the connection post, do the engagement post, build that equity back up, give great amounts of value, give better than everyone else that's out there. Don't just copy what other people are doing, give the best possible stuff for you to be able to help them. Then when it comes to being able to get leads and clients, It's really easy. It's really snappy for that to be able to happen. So I hope this has been of great help of you. If this has been helpful, please click like. It would be absolutely amazing. Because I want to make sure that number one, that you are engaging with myself so that you can see more of it as well. I'm doing what I preach here at the same time. And also, if you want to be able to get the coaching sessions of being able to see the exact process from being able to how to do social media to get leads, to getting the sales process, how to actually close your clients, and then how do you coach your clients, all you need to do is just comment below clients. From there, what I'll be able to give you is the actual coaching session showing you how Fit Pros do the entire process and run a six-figure business. So if you want to know how to run a six-figure online business and literally know how to get clients, how to sign them on, how to actually coach them as well, and do it so that you can earn six figures and more, comment clients. I'll show you exactly how to do that, and it'll be super easy. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode.